can't you be thankful I'm God? My angels rain flames on your squad. Through the fire you be thankful rain.
Peace to the God family. It's WiseWordWednesday. Today I want to talk to y'all about attitude. So attitude is a settled way of thinking or feeling, right? That's typically represented in someone's behavior, right? What I like to call it is the first impression before you say anything to anyone, before anything is spoken. Your attitude is the first thing that's expressed, that's displayed, that's shown to the next person. It's a way to describe your emotional state of being, whether it be good or bad. It's a way to describe your reactions to certain situations. It's a way to describe a person's personality or characteristics, or the characteristics of a person, right? The character traits of somebody. Whether they have a good attitude and they move with gratitude, they're always loving and caring and spreading love, or they have a bad attitude and they just have a negative outlook on life. They're a pessimist. You know what I'm saying? Always have something negative to say, or they're quick to react with anger or negativity. What determines is one of the things that determines, like, whether that next door will stay open for you, the next opportunity will be lucrative for you, or is that door gonna close? You know, sometimes we don't take into account the importance of our attitude. You know, the importance of the way we are seen. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, it's not bad not to care how society or how other people see you. But it's a 50-50 thing. It's a two-way street. Right? Because if you're not if you're not a person of good character, right? If you always have a bad attitude, this is what you're going to continue to attract to yourself. And it may not necessarily be other bad attitudes. Your energy that you're putting out is going to attract more of that energy. So you're moving with a bad attitude all day, pessimistic vibes, and wonder why, life may not be going the best for you. You can't wonder why life is not going the way that you want it to go when you're a pessimist and you just think negatively about everything. You think about the worst outcome in everything. And not only that, you label yourself as a pessimist and just say that this is what you're known to be. Being a pessimist and having a negative outlook to life and everything, that's considered having a bad attitude. You can't have a good attitude and have a bad outcome. Have a negative thought of an outcome. It's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not something to be okay with. You know what I'm saying? Being a pessimist. All these labels. And that's what you want to call yourself, as a pessimist. Yeah, I think of the worst outcomes and everything. What you think to yourself, you attract to yourself. So I feel like it's better to be an optimist and think about all the positive things that can happen in my life in any given situation. Even if that situation is not looking the best for me, or may not be I may not be in the best situation at the time, let's say that. Even if you're not in the best situation at that time, you should think of the best outcome. Right? Because that's the only thing that's going to give you the best results, is having a good attitude towards the end goal, the outcome of whatever it might be. You have better chances of things turning out good if you think it to be. You have better chances for things to turn out bad, for you to be worse off if you think it to be. You know? So, yeah, attitude. It's not only about how you treat somebody or how you respond to somebody, but that is a big part of it. But it's also your outlook on the world, your outlook to life. Say again, your personality. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like those two go hand in hand. Your personality and your outlook on life. Your outlook on life creates your personality. So if you have a negative outlook on life, like I said, if you're a pessimist, proud pessimist, right? Often enough, you're going to have a negative personality or a lot of negative traits to you. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's being quick to anger. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably like the biggest one, quick to anger. Ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? Thinking the worst outcomes and thinking of the worst possibilities. These things is like, these thoughts are the things that create the life that you're living now. Creates the person you are. It created your persona. Right? So with that being said, it's easy for you to break the habit of a bad attitude and start to move and be one that has a good attitude, a positive attitude, a positive look on life. Then in turn, you will be just a more of a positive person, right? And your energy, your vibration, your words, the things that you speak will reflect that. You don't want to be known as that person with the bad attitude. yeah, that's Tony. He got a bad attitude. I don't want to mess with that dude. Oh yeah, that's Tina. She got a bad attitude. I don't want. Well, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to bring them out to the party. They always got negative vibes. They gonna fuck the vibes up. You know what I mean? That's what it turns into in reality. Right? People around you might not even know what he said. Watch how you slowly start to stop getting invited to things. You'll start to not be invited to things. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah, because people with bad attitudes, pessimistic, find themselves alone, miserable. Misery loves company, but you just attract somebody else that's miserable for y'all to share y'all misery with. Don't sound good. But it's all attractions. Until we could become aware of our mindsets, our attitudes, then we could fully start to shift into a more positive life. Gotta see it first. We gotta think it first. And think it, see it, be it. But at the same time, you can't just think these things. You can't just say these things. You have to feel it within your soul, within your heart. You know what I'm saying? You can't think of a positive outcome but still feel like something negative is going to happen. You know what I mean? You have to destroy that negative feeling completely before you can even move on to fully embrace that positive thought and allow that thought to manifest into reality. You know what I mean? A lot of times your thoughts don't manifest into reality. Your manifestations don't come to life because you have a bad attitude. With everything else, including that thing. You know what I'm saying? Your bad attitude, your attitude is what's stopping you from manifesting. You know what I'm saying? Because with the lack of love, there's no manifestation. You're not manifesting nothing with no love. And there's no love if you have a continuous bad attitude. If you're in a constant state of vibrating low. You're just in a low vibration constantly. How do you expect to manifest? Manifesting is to manifest something you have to be on a high vibration. You have to move in a high vibration. And you can't mess up the flow with doubts, with worry, with fear. You know what I mean? That just fucks the flow up. We have to train our minds to be optimistic always. You know, we have to train ourselves to be in a positive attitude, an attitude of gratitude at all times, and not allowing the outside forces, outside sources of energy and information to affect what's going on inside of us. You know what I'm saying? Because same way how our outside reflects the inner, our inside will reflect on our outside as well. You know? With that being said, if you have a negative emotion towards something, there's ways for that, because like I said, we're all human. You know what I'm saying? Emotions, having emotions is a part of our human experience as gods in the physical world, in this realm. But now it's ways in which these emotions should be expressed. You know what I mean? There's no reason for you to express a low vibrational emotion in a low vibrational way and expect it to be understood or respected in a high vibrational manner. You know what I mean? And that's the problem a lot of times, though. Our actions we try to justify because of that low vibrational emotion. You know what I'm saying? So now it's justified because I'm already feeling low vibrational. And this is the low vibrational emotion that I'm trying to express to you, and this is how I'm going to express it, because I'm in a low vibrational state at this moment. Now, what needs to be done is you need to take your time and bring your mind back to that high vibrational status before that low vibrational emotion is expressed. Or it needs to be ways that that emotion is expressed without malice, without having a negative attitude towards the recipient of said information. Attitude is everything. And it determines whether your emotions, whether your feelings will be respected. Now, let me know if y'all agree with that. Right? Because like I said, just because you have a negative emotion, you're in a low vibration, doesn't mean that that vibration has to be expressed with a bad attitude. Right? Because then it's only going to be met with more low vibrational actions. You know? And it's about finding ways within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Doing that deep breathing and finding that relaxation within your mind, calming those thoughts, down to a level where instead of, this is my emotion, now I'm gonna let it out. Now I'm just like, it's ways where you can be like, okay, this is how I felt in the moment. This is how I'm letting it out so you can understand and respect where I'm coming from. Bad attitude is never going to be respected. No matter what. Bad attitude taints your character. Feel me? We have to do better to do better, we have to be better at representing ourselves on every stage, in every situation. You cannot be quick to anger. We have to be able to keep our composure. Being able to keep your composure shows that you have character. Shows the type of person that you are. Your attitude speaks for you before you speak for yourself. A lot of times it's written on your face. It's all in your expressions, your body movements, your body language. This is all things that we have to be aware of. You know? It's about catching ourselves when we're in that low vibration. And finding ways to slowly bring ourselves back up. Not saying that things always happen fast. But it's about taking them slow steps, them little steps, you know what I'm saying? Increasing momentum to get to where you need to be. To get away from what you need to get away from. It's not about being trapped in one mindset. You're never stuck. Feeling like you're stuck is a mindset that a lot of people be stuck in. Again, until you can change your attitude, a lot of people are gonna be stuck forever. But for those of y'all that's doing the work, that's making the changes every day, just keep this in mind and remember, your attitude is everything. Attitude is your first impression before you say anything. And it's still active when you speak. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Peace and love.
Another 3 a.m. night and I'm up work. Worst start. Heat up the beam with the blunt burn.